Hey there, Paul and everybody from Fruitful Trees community. Welcome to Golden Pheonix Farm here in the Southern Caribbean. The last few years we finally got Pandan leaf from Malaysia, used mostly in desserts and also great for flavoring rice. It's a very subtle flavor. If you don't know what it is, you might not even notice it's there, but it's amazing. Pandan, I finally found somebody who had it. And they put it in a lot of commercial products in Asia. It's always on the ingredient list. Northern Thailand, they might have been cooking a lot with it there. Yeah. So walking around with Cedric when he's little. Because when it just starts smelling, oh, somebody's cooking the pandan leaf.
How do you fertilize them?
You know, it's hard. They need some nitrogen and I don't really have a lot. So when they're young, I'll put some wood ashes in a bucket of piss. You know, just a little bit, a lot of water. But yeah, it's hard because this stuff is like red clay. I use a lot of charcoal. It helps fluff it up and make, you know, a biosystem. But it's hard. Ashes, charcoal, sawdust, all that stuff is hard to come by. There's a lot of jungle rotten wood to drag it out, but it's a lot of work. Have you guys ever tried one called the stink bean? It's expensive even in Asia right now because there's not so much. And I bought a tree, we planted it April 20th last year. It was this big. I've been watering the hell out of it. And look at it now. Oh, wow. It hasn't even been a year. Insane. Stink bean. Here, from Malaysia, Southeast Asia. I've never tried it, but it's supposed to have a really strong flavor. Our most expensive tree I bought for the farm and the fastest growing, Lang Sat. I think they said they call it Bon Bon in Vietnam. Bon Bon might be, they have another strain called Duku. But that's one of the best ones from Asia. I think it's better than lychee. They're like grapefruit candies. We got up there that rambutan, but it's called pulusan, the thick skin rambutan. Yeah. You seen it? They're really thick, stumpy, spiked one. They can be bigger, juicier, and tastier than a rambutan. It's the preferred rambutan. Some people like it better than lychee. I don't know about that. Rambutan, this is a big red rambutan from Singapore, I think is the strain. And this is a really good pulusan. Juicy and sour till the end, and then it's sweet. But it has like no fiber, it's just all watery. And this is, so that's a pulusan. And this is a yellow pulusan, super rare. Somebody with a house out in the back of Puerto Viejo by the cemetery just happened to have one. Somebody threw a seed over that. That's funny. Really, really rare. I mean, you know, I haven't seen too many people ever have it or even on YouTube. Right near my house, a rambutan has been growing from inside my house out like just a bonsai. It was full of fruit last year for a small tree. This is what we call mamonchino here in Central America. And this is pulusan. They're in the same family, but the pulusan has a pointy little tip. Oh wow, it's got flowers. Oh my God, look at that, so excited. Look at that. This is what we call M3 pulusan. It's McCrackin number 3 because it's the third one that produced on our farm. And this one is the best of the 3. It's long and juicy. It's a little bit sour until you let it ripen, but it's the juiciest pulusan. Nothing sticks on the seed. Amazing. And then M1 was the one we walked by on the path there. And this is M2, this big old scraggly thing I gotta cut back. And this is a big red rambutan from Singapore. And it was full of fruit the last 2 years, just so people know.
You're funny.
And this is one called Nispero or Zapodilla. They have so many varieties of this in Florida. They all come from Central America, but the nurseries there have the varieties. And I don't know the name of this one, but it's like brown sugar.
There's one there.
But I cut it way back. Yeah, they gotta get bigger. It's in the family of the Mamey zapote. This is my only grafted Zapodilla. It's wild all through the jungle here, but they use it for building wood. And the wild strains aren't as good as the selected strains, but this one's pretty good. It was grafted. I call it the sour, juicy, yellow eggplant, basically. And it's in the nightshade family. Here goes some pink jackfruit. I did the same thing, plant them close together and let them grow as one tree, just kind of save space and get more pollination. You know, I smell a lot of honey smell. I bet you they're full of flowers. Look. They're coming out now. Oh, look at all the bees. It's called achachiru. And there's actually a farm in Australia with like 4 places. They call it the achacha fruit down in Australia. I think achachiru. There's a lot in the mangosteen family. Most of them are small, a lot of them are sour, but they're really tasty. The snake fruit from Indonesia, Malaysia. So you gotta grab the male flower and get them pollinated. You won't have any fruit. Because I have a lot through here actually. But I think a lot are male. We'll cut back the males. They're kind of hard to deal with. So anyway, but that's a good one that, you know, not too many people have. It's amazing what they do have in Florida, but they can't grow very well, at least so far, mangosteen or durian. Or I haven't seen anybody with snake fruit there yet. I bet you the snake fruit would grow good in Florida because they got that whole swamp area. But you know, certain things need more humidity. This is in the same family as that big red one, but it's completely different. There goes another one. I knew that up here, they're just hard to see. I guess this is easier than getting my ladder. As long as the tree don't break. Let back down. People know this one. They got one called the purple star apple. It's round. And it's similar to this. Oh. I don't want to get too much dirty machete on there. See now, keep an eye out. Maybe that end has some worms, but this end doesn't. In Florida, it tastes like strawberries or sweet potato pie. It was the first tree I planted on my farm, and it's still not my favorite, but I'm just happy to have anything. This one kind of ripened up right. You see, the problem with it is, from when the flower opens until the fruit is ripe, it could be 2 years. What kind of fruit is this? It's so dry. This galanga will break my shovel before I get any galanga out. The cornerstone. Can't make any tom yum without this. Smells good, huh? Galanga dries up and looks bad, kind of goes bad faster than turmeric and faster than ginger. You'll do little flips. Black pepper would be piper negrium. I don't know the name of this. We call it cowfoot. They got one called betel leaf in Asia. But something like this is the betel leaf. I didn't know that it was a peeper family. Smell it.
Mmm.
Chane. I had the other one here. There's in a bit of shade here. And all these little bushes here are geisha coffee, the most expensive coffee in the world. Just to have it, it's a collection. I have 3 different kinds of coffee on the farm now. That's the katuk, delicious leaf, but this is the curry leaf. And the curry leaf, I wish you guys could smell that. So good. This is white zapote. I think mostly I hear about it on the channel, Fruitful Trees, but really hard to find down here. I think it's from seed. I'm making some air layerings because I have no other way to multiply it. Haven't had any fruit yet, but it's a distant cousin of the citrus. Some people, like Paul from Fruitful Trees, say it's his second favorite fruit next to durian, so that's promising. We plant the durian side by side so they'll grow as one tree eventually and then pollinate. And this is a seedling durian. We haven't grafted anything on it yet, but this is a blackthorn durian, everybody. One of the best strains coming out these days. Blackthorn. Yeah. Blackthorn durian there, but it's in the shade, growing slowly. Another amazing success story. Another blackthorn durian. And it's growing like crazy. Maybe we'll get some fruit in another 4 or 5 years. It needs to thicken up a bit. And behind it is a mangosteen tree, crowding it by about 20 years old. Everybody loves mangosteen. Now these ones putting out all the new leaves and all the new growth, those are all achachiru. I believe this one is called an olo sapo, related to canistel. I think they call it a different name over there in Florida. Over here I have my second IOI durian. I only had 2. This one's doing really good too. Yeah, for some reason IOI is a strain that grows good. And I got a couple little dragon fruit here. This is the yellow dragon fruit. Still haven't had any yet, but it's growing, it's growing. There goes the lychee. It's probably getting close to 20 years old. Maybe 19 or 18. They don't do too good here. We don't have any winter chilling hours. So you probably get no lychee here.
Whoa.
But it's
Are
cool.
those plantain or banana?
That's apple banana. We just got them recently to this farm. I've had it only 2 times. It's pretty good banana. It has to be ripened right. When it's yellow, it's not ready. You gotta let it go past yellow because it'll be still kind of hard. But they're good. It's some people's favorite banana. I'll probably get some lychee eventually, but in the books it said 15 to 25 years for your first fruit from seed with lychee. This is the entawak. It's supposed to be like a meringue or a pedalai, but it's orange inside. The fruit are orange. It's growing real good. You know, it's in the breadfruit, jackfruit family. And I planted this about 2 years ago, and I topped it a lot. Oh no, maybe three and a half years ago. Blackthorn durian, and it's growing real good right now. So it's grafted. It's totally different. It's bright orange inside and real creamy. I've never tried it, but it's really good. Champadak, and then these are 2 seedlings from the same tree. But it's weird because the leaves are smooth like a jackfruit, and the champadak is fuzzy. So those ones might have crossed with something else. I don't know because I don't have any jackfruit. It might be called like a champajack or a jack champa. It looks just like a jackfruit, but they don't normally get as big. And they're easy to peel. You peel it right open with your hands. But this is another blackthorn durian, grafted. I got to go ahead and give it some water really soon. This freaking wind and hot weather. Purple dragon fruit. We've only had flowers, no fruit yet, but it's coming. At least we're having flowers. The one I want to show everybody from Paul and Fruitful Trees is 20 years old. We haven't, probably 22 years old, and we haven't had that many fruit yet, but a ton of flowers. So when the rest of our durians start flowering, this one might be absolutely full. Learning through experience here, you know. Here we are. There's this one. And then these orange ones. Maybe somebody on the video channel could help us. These are male flowers, I'm pretty sure. And there goes a female, which looks like a fruit, but it aborted. And who knows, maybe it didn't pollinate right. But this tree is old as hell. It's something in the jackfruit, breadfruit family. No idea what the name is. But I'm seeing, these are definitely the male flowers. These little squishy looking ones. And that's definitely, so maybe one day they'll stay on till they're bigger and we'll actually know what it is. I call it a wild jackfruit, but I don't know. Here goes a couple mangosteens, 2 more right there, and that ackee tree. Funny thing is the ackee is in the family of lychee and rambutan and longan, but it's like an African relative or somewhere. That one doesn't produce a lot, but we've got fruit from it.
They're beautiful. That looks exactly like what you'd imagine a durian flower.
Yeah, and I've just grabbed them and eat them too. Yeah, like
does it have a bit of the flavor?
They have a weird kind of vegetable-y, kind of honey smell to them. They're already over here. This is an avocado. I pruned back half, but that's how big they get down here in the jungle in Costa Rica. The durian trees in Punta Uva look like this. Literally look like a tree like that, and there'll be durians all up there. They fall down. It's crazy. They get so big. This one we call the headache durian because the flavor is so strong, but we got to come up with a better name for it. Because headache doesn't sound good. You know, like when you drink some
good, huh?
some cold juice that's too cold in your head.
Oh, like a brain freeze
Yeah,
durian.
that's how you feel when you eat that. You're like, oh, this is good, and your head just starts swamping. Another seedling durian. We have tried to graft. We haven't grafted anything on it yet, and this is the number 99 durian. I know it's called Kop Kasil, but there's also a name they use more than that. My friend grafted that on the seedlings. And this one we tried grafting a couple things and they didn't stick, so we'll come back to it. Grafting is like when you grow from a seed, it could take 15 to 30 years for your durian to just start producing, and it could be a bad flavor. Or just a small one, or just not great. Whereas high quality strains coming from Asia and places that have been growing a long time, they get a small piece of the budwood, and the budwood looks like this, I guess. These little leaf buds, and they'll take that, this is 99 durian, and they'll stick it onto a seedling. This is just a seed, and they'll cut it and they'll stick it in there with some grafting tape, and then if it starts growing, you cut back all this, and then this branch takes over, and you'll have the flavor you want. And instead of being 15 to 30 years for maybe good durian, you can get durian in 5 to 12 years, and it's exactly the same as the mom. Like all my grafted strains from Asia, they came from a tree that was originally grown in Asia. Somebody had to bring little budwood in their pocket on the plane. And it was cool. I had planted all these seedlings, durians, and then I met a friend and he learned how to graft watching videos on YouTube, and they were all videos in like Indonesian, so he's just like, they're all talking language you can't say, and then they say grafting tape, blah 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 blah, sayan, you know, they use the same words. But you see, look at right here, this whole section there is the graft. See? This is a branch from the original seedling, so when this one finally comes, maybe 20 years later, we'll have 2 different flavors of durian on one tree. But yeah, this one's growing great because he grafted it in May, maybe 2 years ago. And it's taken up. They're actually growing a lot faster once we graft them than the seedlings in the ground. So it puts out the most of any on this other farm in Punta Uva on the Paradise Road. And it's a great one. I think it's a little bit like sloppy texture, real nice strong flavor. It's not a good durian, introductory durian for people who are scared to try it. This is IOI durian. It does really well, and it's really thick. It's in a sunny spot. It's got this peanut grass, which is a nitrogen, so it helps the soil. But yeah, this is awesome. I might even have some fruit on this in another 2-3 years. IOI.
Sorry, I found a pretty butterfly that I'm just capturing.
I am not a pretty butterfly. And then I got golden jackfruit and red jackfruit and some more grafted durian, or no, just seedling durian, and some white cacao. This is one I haven't seen them hear much about in Florida at the channel. We're showing our buddies what we could do down here, but this is the Dubai fruit. It's like a big black olive looking thing. You gotta soak in warm water, and it's supposedly really fatty and a texture like a mashed potatoes or avocado, and a flavor variation. It can be kind of basil-y or menthol or thyme flavored, but highly nutritious. This Dubai was from a Costa Rican grown Dubai, you know, that originally came from Malaysia. Hopefully I get male female. If I do, I'm stoked, but I should plant about 5 more. I think 70% of them are like male from seed. But yeah, imagine they get about that big sometimes. But yeah, that's at first I wasn't that interested in it. Then I realized nobody has it, and it's such a superfood type thing, you know. Any food that has a lot of fat, the vegans will have to pay me top dollar. And here goes the Iowa 99 durian. This was our first of our grafted durian. I bought 3. This is probably 15 years old. It's starting to flower. I almost bumped them off with my hand. I thought it was moss. Nice. This is a really good quality. This is our only one that's bearing fruit from Asia. In all of Costa Rica, there's only 3 or 4 strains of grafted durian that have actually made it to fruiting age. They've got Montong, Musang King. 99's been around forever. The new ones coming out, they're not rotten. If you see these little beautiful little pink ones, you go get a male flower, and pretty soon, see right in here, if it wasn't rotten, there would be like these nice little pink things. I don't know why they rot so much. Maybe it's just been raining too much.
Wow, they really don't want animals touching them.
Man, so some of the older trees that are here, like the Punta Uva farm, that guy is an American guy, and he brought them all from Asia, the original durians that are here. So that's kind of cool. Here goes another golden Pheonix durian, grafted, and we planted it next to a 99 durian that my friend grafted for me. So this one's going pretty good. He's a little dry. Gotta get some water to him somehow, make him grow better. Nice view here. I got these orange trees. I don't know what they are, citrus. They were here when I bought the farm. But it's from a Montong strain. That's the one that gets huge. You see them frozen in Asian markets. That really big one. That's the one they kind of do commercially around the world. Montong. But since it's from seed, it might take 15 to 30 years. But at least I know it's a good strain. A friend of ours gave it to us. There are two durian from seed. They're the same age, planting time as the one by my pond, but they grew slower. There was much more shade and jungle then, and they didn't get as much love. Fruit from these yet. They're probably almost 20 years old. So we're expecting it any minute. You know, I put some ashes and keeping it chopped, and it'll be great once those start going. We have no idea what the flavor will be. I'm not too excited to plant any more seedling durian to wait till the end, because I might be like 90 years old or something by the time they come. It's kind of dry, but it's okay. This is Graviolin's durian. It's nothing related to all these other durian. This is the wild one that tastes like sweet peanut butter or something. This is the orange Graviolins. We just tried it recently from the frozen stuff from Malaysia. And it could take forever, but it's a cousin of the durian.
Charichuelo.
A couple different kind of coffees here, but we're coming up to our McCrackin 1, M1 durian. This is the one that does good by itself. It does, like the one on the hill looks like it needs a cross-pollinator. This one can load up. The fruit can get up to 2 kilos maybe. Absolutely full of flowers. And you can see a bunch of them are opening at the same time as the one on the hill. So if the bats did their job right, we'll have hopefully durian on the hill there. Well, we're really proud of this one. We're gonna graft it soon. I mean, get strains from this because it's real good. We call it M1 because it's the first durian on the farm that produced. And we like the name rum raisin because it can sometimes taste like a rum raisin ice cream. But it also has smells of like blueberry, strawberry, and melon if you get over the durian smell. But it's amazing. And after trying the frozen durian from Malaysia, the Year of the Dragon, we know that this one, rum raisin or Mac Thorn or Mac 1, is a good one. They just don't get super big yet. But it's an amazing flavor, super smooth texture, no fiber. It's just not giant like some other durians.
And it's also at the center of your house. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the two that are down there I planted at the same time, but it seemed to love being right next to the blocks here. The little bit of extra foot traffic, and it grew right through the blocks. It grew twice as fast as the ones that weren't on the trail.